as efficient as you will find. And Mizzou wins the tip. They will control against this undersized Cleveland State team. The tallest starter at 6'8". That's Hayden Pierre-Louis. The tallest players on the team are all 6'8". Mizzou team with Sean Phillips Jr. returned last game from illness down low. Guy who might be able to feast himself today. But a turnover on the opening possession. You know, that was the point of emphasis for Dennis Gates on Tuesday. Hey, I want fewer than 10 turnovers after they had 17 versus South Dakota. He only had 9 on Tuesday in the big win.
Yeah, taking care of the ball is essential.
No changes to the starting 5 for Cleveland State. And for Rob Summers, it's a Vikings team 3-5 on the season, coming off a blowout victory against D2 Waynesburg a couple days ago, in which they put up 109 points. Backdoor contest at the rim there. Nice Sebastian Mack, fight for the loose ball. Porter hit the deck. Stays right here, shot clock reset. Lipscomb left alone, tees it up from distance. It's a rounded out though. This time Mark Mitchell fights for it and collects the rebound. Chance to push it in transition. Phillips gets triple teamed and throws it away, and the pressure from the Vikings solid on the first couple of possessions.
Yeah, the Tigers, they've come up empty. 2 trips down the floor now. And to your point earlier, taking care of the ball is going to be a huge emphasis for this game. The Missouri Tigers have to tighten up.
Average about 13.5 turnovers a game, only 9 on Tuesday. As good as they've been offensively, they've been very stout on the defensive side too. Opponent field goal percentage, some 39 on the year. Lipscomb gets the screen for Pierre-Louis. Cleveland State team is going to jack up a lot of threes today. Here's another look. This one misses, stays right here though. There is Pierre-Louis, going right at Phillips Jr. And that will stay here. Holded Pierre-Louis, the sophomore from Potomac, Maryland, who only picks up 2 boards a game. This team goes incredibly deep. They're missing 4 guys with injury, including a few starters. But there's 15 players on the roster, and when they're all healthy, you might see all 15 in a game.
Just so far, Cleveland State has not lacked in the effort department. They're scrambling all over the place, grabbing offensive rebounds. And what I've noticed also is they're doing a really good job keeping this offense kind of either right outside or right inside the 3-point line to get closer looks at the basket.
Diane Desha, the sophomore from Switzerland, able to draw the foul there. Team's leading scorer at 15.5 points per game. They've got 3 players averaging at double figures, but they had 7 last time out 48 hours ago. 3-5 on the season. 2 of those wins against non-D1 opponents, though. Radford, the lone D1 win. Pounding pressure there from Mack. This is just heaved backwards. And it's been sloppy for both teams in the opening couple minutes. No changes to the starting 5 for Mizzou either. After Phillips returned on Tuesday. Kick out to Mack. Quick trigger on the 3, and he splashes it home. Mizzou on the board first.
That was excellent vision by Mark Mitchell. You know, with him scoring 18 points a game, he's going to continue to draw a lot of attention in the post. And he had 3 guys on him, and I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities like that throughout this basketball game for the players on the perimeter for the Missouri Tigers.
Max had double-figure points in 5 of the last 6 games, and well, there's another giveaway. Something Cleveland State you would imagine could ill afford, but good movement here on this triple.
Yeah, you got 3 guys there. Good job by Sebastian Mack being ready to shoot. Nice follow through.
Team that spreads the floor so well. And we came in talking about Mitchell. You mentioned his ability to pass and distribute. Being a guy who was so efficient with 15, 7, and 6 on Tuesday. I finally got involved. I finally got my souvenir. Been waiting a long time to get that.
Well, we almost had another turnover there. And Dennis Gates, he looks just a tad bit frustrated over there.
It's been a frantic, frenetic start. And this is what Cleveland State wants to do, right? Throw a lot of bodies at you. They're not going to have guys get tired. They're going to throw some different looks at you pressure-wise, defensively. They want to muck things up.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to make it as hard as they can for the Missouri Tigers. And so far, they've done a good job of doing just that.
Good hedge on the screen, really coming out. 3 ball no good from Robinson. Reverse jam, though. Here's Sean Phillips Jr.
I'm just always really impressed by his athleticism and his quick second jump off the ground.
Not just big and strong, but the bounce and the ability once he comes down to get right back in the air. And that's a whistle against Jaden Lipscomb down low.
Nice hungry rebound. Right up, no wasted motion, kept the ball high, did a great job.
I mean, I'm sure when Phillips went to bed last night, he looked at the matchup he was going to have, and 6'8" guys going to be guarding him all day long. He knew he's got a chance to get a lot of boards and a lot of easy buckets just like that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for him and the other big fellas on the Missouri Tigers team. And the next point of emphasis for them is, you know, can we weather the storm on the defensive side of the basketball?
Javon Porter with the three, an 8-0 start. Porter only had 6 points, but they both came on triples last game. And even though it's been a little sloppy and they've had a couple turnovers, you look up, Mizzou's up 8-0. They've already hit 2 threes. Shooting over 42% from distance on the season. One of the best marks in the country. That was tipped, so no backcourt, but the shot clock's under 10, and another giveaway. Porter thought about it. Gets it inside of Phillips instead. Just great facilitating from the big man, Mark Mitchell, with the dunk. It's 10-0 Tigers, less than 4 minutes in. Just skipping the ball around quickly. What a hot start for Mizzou, 4 of 5 from the floor. But 15 new players, 14 transfers, 1 true freshman. They didn't return a single point. Only 10 teams at the D1 level can say that. So give them some time to get acclimated, right? New roster. The entire coaching staff, minus your director of basketball operations, is new as well. So, I mean, just like you saw with Dennis Gates in his first year at Cleveland State, there was a learning curve before a drastic improvement in year 2.
Yeah, the biggest thing, I mean, when you have no returning guys, like, the hardest part is just building that chemistry, and that's a huge part of winning basketball games. And the hard part about college basketball is you kind of have to take it all in stride.
Shot clock was down to 1 there before the offensive rebound from Lucas Burton. There's a good look down low, but blew the bunny. Did Pierre Louis. Cleveland State's fighting on the offensive glass.
Yeah, Mizzou's been able to weather the storm offensively, but at this point, I mean, they've given up 4 offensive rebounds in the first 5 minutes of play.
Double team, and it's ripped away. Good heady play by Dayan Nessa. Lipscomb eventually got the turnover, and there's the length and size and quickness of Mark Mitchell. As Jacob Cruz looks like he will check it for the first time. Cruz, who picked up his 1,000th point from the charity stripe on Tuesday. In a game, he'll always remember when you get point 1,000, right? But he was 0 of 5 from distance, and he came in as the 6th best three-point shooter in the entire country this week. Did have 7 points, though. He had a chance with a few threes to maybe get over 1,000. Had a chance with a potential alley-oop dunk in transition. But he got 1,000 nevertheless. Four offensive rebounds to 1 on this end for Cleveland State, but they still don't have a point. Next to going one-on-one. There's your leading scorer, but he came up short. Good defense from Mitchell. On this side, Mizzou has made their last 3 shots. Team looking to move to 8-0 and begin the season with 8 straight wins for the first time since 2022. Mack with a killer crossover. Splits the defense, floats it up, and kicks the friendly roll.
That is Sebastian Mack's greatest asset, is that he can drive and get 2 feet in the paint, either for a quality shot at the rim or a good kick out.
Great look ahead to Cruz, who drops it off. And Phillips got fouled. Going back to Mack, I mean, his shiftiness, side to side, right? Some of the best moves.
Yeah, first step is quick. Look at that. Quick left to right. Nice absorption of the contact right over the top. Doesn't get much more textbook than that.
And you know, he can get in there and penetrate, and he's also so good at kicking it back out, and Mizzou's got plenty of guys to stretch the floor.
Exactly. You need that type of toughness on the perimeter.
7 straight home games ends today for Mizzou. For Dennis Gates, looking to build this team's momentum and chemistry and confidence. That's certainly been the case. They'll finally hit the road for the first time in a very long time. Calendar flips over to December, and they go to South Bend. Luke Northweather, he's got a made 3 in every single game as a Tiger. Making 8 straight with the transfer from Oklahoma.
That jump shot is pure.
It's crazy. The sample's not terribly large. Made 1 3 on 1 attempt last game, the same the game prior, but he is so efficient. Now 10 of 15, shooting 67% just about if you round up from 3.
He's been able to really produce at a high level off the bench for this Missouri Tigers team, and I think that kind of further alludes to just how deep this team is. At any given point, I mean, you can have anybody really be able to knock down the shot. And I really think that takes the pressure off of Mitchell, who's really led the way for this Missouri Tigers basketball team thus far. But, you know, you've had contributions from Mack, Anthony Robinson, Cruz, Northweather. I mean, this is just a deep squad.
Priest Ryan gets stripped away. He had a game-high 21 points on Tuesday. Up ahead to Mitchell, blocked at the rim, but fouled from behind. Lucas Burton will pick up the personal. It's the 13th foul against the Vikings. It's 15-0 right now. This is domination.
Yeah, it's been domination. The crazy thing about it, the scoreboard can be just a little bit deceiving because it has been a little choppy on both ends of the floor. But as I alluded to earlier, I mean, Mizzou, they've done a good job of kind of weathering the storm, getting good shots at the rim. Need to contain the defensive glass a little bit better, but you know, overall they've been able to dominate thus far.
Foster Wonders checks in. He replaces Nessa Wonders, who didn't appear last game, but started the 7 prior. So he's back to Richard Jr. from Iron Mountain, Michigan. Mitchell with the 11th most free throw attempts of any player in the country, gets his team up 17-0. As impressive a start through 6+ minutes as you could possibly ask for. You were worried about coming out sluggish the day after Thanksgiving. That's been the case for Cleveland State, not so much for the home Tigers. And they get Priest Ryan going. There's another theft. Mack in the open floor, going to take it himself coast to coast for the layup.
Wow.
Almost stole the inbounds, too. 2
deflections in a row from Sebastian Mack.
Ryan with the 3 and just nothing falling. There's a lid on the bucket for the Vikings. They are 0 of 9. And they have 5 turnovers to boot. Northweather looking for another one. Mitchell there. Couldn't put it back, but got pushed. Went for the reverse dunk. Mitchell already with 4 points. Looking to add to it. Just getting out in transition. I mean,
great
Robinson
deflection.
and Mack, the combo defensively.
Great deflection from Sebastian Mack. He just has a great nose for the ball. It's a great steal and a great finish at the rim.
You got to feel good when you have 2 guards that get so many steals in the open floor and just hound you.
Yeah, between him and Anthony Robinson, I mean, they're just absolute pests on defense. And that's kind of the DNA of guard that Dennis Gates like. Quick, really nice off the bounce, and has the ability on offense to make other people better. I mean, Anthony Robinson has increased his efforts and gotten better every single year he's been a Tiger.
Great to see for Mitchell, too. Had a great day from the charity stripe back on Tuesday, and a perfect 4-4 start here today. As Outer Boateng has replaced Sebastian Mack.
And that free throw line is a continuous area of improvement for the Tigers, shooting 68% so far on the year from the free throw line.
The number that's slowly going up. There's another turnover, make it 6 for Cleveland State. Robinson going right at 2 green jerseys, and it's swirled around and out on him. And it will go the other way. 21-0. It's 3 touchdowns, a few extra points, and the defense has been stout. What's impressed you most so far?
So far, it's really I would say the last 4 or 5 possessions, they've done a better job of containing the glass and getting what they like to get, which is good looks in transition.
Mizzou is 7 of 10. Cleveland State is 0 of 9. Ryan looking to spin on Mitchell. Burton able to pick up the loose pass. Gets stuck, kicks it back out. Ryan for 3, and it's another miss. Eventually, it's going to fall. We're not going to see a shutout today, but it's about 8 minutes in.
That was a good sequence there. That was a good drive by Burton. Got a nice 2-foot stop in the lane. A nice kick to Ryan. Just didn't come up with it.
Boateng attacking. Always good help side defense from this very active Cleveland State team. Mitchell going to try the 3. Hasn't hit one of those yet this year. Now 0 of 6 from distance. But why not try it when everything's going your way? See if Wonders could do anything after coming in off the bench. A lot of movement, but it's all exclusively around the perimeter right now. Burton cuts down the baseline, hangs in the air, and it's just off the window.
That was a good disciplined wall up there without fouling.
Cruz from deep. No good. Crowd really wanted that one to go, but doesn't matter. Mitchell there to clean up the mess. His 3rd rebound. He's got 8 points now. He's used everywhere. He pops up where the ball is. Anthony Robinson will pick up the foul. And this score is correct. Do not rub your eyes. It is 23-0 Missouri. For Cleveland State, I mean, what's the message coming out this time out right now?
I think the message is let's focus on getting a good shot. I mean, I think the best way to kind of break the scoreboard a little bit when you need to get some points on the board is being aggressive and getting a good look downhill so you can get to the line and kind of free yourself up a little bit. And there you go.
Yeah, Nessa gets fouled. It's the third against Mizzou. It'll go against Javon Porter, his first, and a chance to get on the board. Dayan Nessa, the sophomore. George Washington transfer, who last year only averaged 7 minutes a game, but this year he's been the only player to start all 9 now for Cleveland State.
It's just something
on the board.
It's just something about seeing the basketball go through the basket.
His best game came in his very first game in green and white. Put up 25 points on the road at Loyola. Had a double-double, picked up 11 rebounds too. And now finally you get to see when they put the ball through the net, they like to put pressure on you in the backcourt too. Theo Barrett checked in after that break as well. Mizzou shooting 62% from the field. They're one of 2 teams in the country who have shot 50% or better in every single game this year. It's just them and Colorado. Northweather, corner pocket, no good. Great board from Cruz, who just plucked it out of the sky with one hand, but he gets rejected. Nessa doing it on both ends. But a fortuitous bounce for Javon Porter.
Missouri Tigers are getting their hands on a lot of balls. You got a deflection there by Boateng after the make. Active hands are just such a key part of any defense. Missouri Tigers have done a good job.
Nessa gets the first field goal. It took 9 minutes and 45 seconds for Cleveland State.
That was a tough floater right there.
Now they've had far easier looks than that, but Nessa, the leading scorer, has got the team's first 4 points. They're down by 21, though. Mizzou coming off a 98-66 win on Tuesday versus South Carolina State. They manhandled the Bulldogs from the jump, and it's been even more so a blowout from the start here today. Theo Barrett coming off a career day. Kicks it to Boateng from the corner. Oh, gets the roll off the back of the rim. Been that kind of afternoon.
That was a really nice kick by Theo Barrett to Boateng there.
That swirls out. Northweather with the rebound.
I feel like Missouri's doing a better job controlling the glass, and that's showing up on the offensive end.
Northweather looking for his second. Said it's the second time it's gone around and out on him. 1 of 4 for distance. And you mentioned Theo Barrett with that assist. Him and Honor Boateng both had terrific performances off the bench last game. They both had career highs in the points department. Boateng with 12, Barrett with 11. That's despite Theo Barrett not getting too many minutes in the first 20, 25 minutes of the game because he was dealing with foul trouble.
When it's your time to shine, you give the team good minutes, and you help everybody else get better on the floor, and that's exactly what Boateng and Theo Barrett have been able to do thus far in this game.
It was Giddens that missed the shot. David Giddens, who normally rocks number 5, but he's wearing number 31 today, the junior from Atlanta. Skip pass, Porter. Off the heel, Theo Barrett got a touch, and might have been a pull on the way up. Chevalier Emery with the foul. 28-4. Both teams will bring in a couple of guys. They check him back in. Just about 9 minutes left in the first half. Anthony Robinson coming back in. You know, he had a season high in assists for South Dakota last week, and then he actually didn't pick up an assist on Tuesday. First game of the season in which he did not. Other guy who's made a 3 in every appearance. Boateng. Another open look for Porter. Starting to miss the 3s, though. They're attempted a lot of them, 4 for 12 now. They're getting wide open looks. The execution's there. They're just not falling. Yeah,
execution was great. I think the looks that they have gotten thus far have been off, straight line dribble drives, get 2 feet in the paint and kick out. I don't think they've been forced by any means, but, as I kind of alluded to, when the game started, a tough shooting outing last game as well with 28%, so hopefully they can weather the storm here.
Nessa again going right at Theo Barrett all the way to the cup. He's got his team's first 6 points.
Strong take by Nessa. Looks like really good use of his shoulders there.
Looks like a man who's just frustrated and possessed now offensively. Great kick from Barrett again to Boateng. Porter, he is just on mop-up duty today. His second offensive rebound.
I've really been impressed over the last few games, his efforts on the offensive glass and really rebounding in general. I think he's really taken on that identity and taking pride in it.
It's made it look easy with his length of the offensive boards. 2 rebounds, they both been offensive. He's got 7 points. Wonders tees it up from way downtown. Foster Wonders, who only shoots about 31% from beyond the arc. Barrett was left alone, shot fake all the way in, scoops and scores.
Doesn't get any more sound than that.
Emery, this time going right at Anthony Robinson Jr. Anthony Robinson II, excuse me. And a much more aggressive Cleveland State team, it feels like the last few times down the floor.
Yeah, they're really trying to get downhill and create some offense. It's been a tough shooting out for them thus far.
Barrett again, doesn't go for the 3, goes for the layup instead, but rejected away. Priest Ryan. Pace quickening, Emery blocked him. Great contested closeout from Anthony Robinson. End to end we go. Boateng shooting it over the top, left it short. Chance to push the pace. Emery in transition, shot fake, and that will be foul number 2 against Anthony Robinson, much to the chagrin of this home crowd. But the advantage is 21 points, and T.O. Barrett getting it done. Hesitation, and they go.
Textbook pump fake and drive by T.O. Barrett there. Strong finish. Oh yeah, there's no friends in between the lines.
Rob Summers, who played his college ball at Penn State, finished up in West Virginia. He was a member of that Sweet 16 team in 2006. Bob Huggins in the West Virginia days when they would run you up and down the floor. Max Toma, Kevin Puryear with you here. 6:51 to go in the first half. It was 23-0 Missouri to start this game. Cleveland State's finally figured it out offensively. And it's crazy to think, I know they were playing a D2 team a couple days ago, but they're coming off a game where they put up 109 points. Put that in perspective.
Yeah, a little choppy for both squads thus far, but it seems like Cleveland State's starting to settle in, and what they're really starting to lean on is getting some good twos. Get some good twos in the basket. It's worked well for them thus far.
Clock did start on the inbounds there. This Vikings team that has some good pieces. I mean, how much of a struggle is it going to be when it's November and you have 15 guys and none of them have been with the program or played for this coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't get talked about enough. Like, Rob Summers, great coach, has a really hard job in front of him because he doesn't have any returning scorers. And, you know, like I said earlier, chemistry is essential to winning basketball games. So every contest that they step out is an opportunity for them to kind of grow as a unit.
Sebastian back on the left wing. Way too deep. Struggles from 3 continue. Just a 4-15 start now, and the volume is quite high, and there's a terrible giveaway. Mack picks up another steal. 2-on-2. He's got Mitchell to his right. Spins all alone instead, and could not finish at the rim. They've got numbers the other way if they hurry. Ryan going right to the tin for the layup.
It was a nice break there by Cleveland State.
Priest Ryan finally gets on the board. His first 2 points after a career-high 21 2 days ago. Mitchell lobs it inside. Phillips that position. Got stuck underneath the hoop, and he'll go to the free throw line. And when Mitchell and Phillips are in there, you love that high-low game because Mitchell's got such a soft touch over the top.
Yeah, that was a great pass. A little bit of a hard foul, but, you know, I can't lie. A guy as big as Sean Phillips, I'm going to try to foul him on the ground, too, make him shoot it tough, too.
We have seen this level of intensity and energy from Sean Phillips Jr. throughout the season. He came over from ASU.
Tough as nails and really gives Missouri everything they need on the interior. I mean, he has the ability to finish, to rebound, block shots. And I'm really impressed with his mobility on the defensive side of the ball, the way he slides in a ball screen, the way he hedges in a ball screen. I mean, he has the capability to guard perimeter defenders as well.
It's crazy when you watch him play. A man who had SEC experience. He started his collegiate career at LSU, then went to Tempe for 2 years with the Sun Devils. But last year he averaged about 5.5 points a game, and you feel like you watch him now playing with some joy. First of all, the smile between free throws there. He knocks down the second. But you see the potential he has, and it just seems like he could be a double-double machine. He's getting a bit of a start talking to him. Dennis Gates right now. Checked out.
Yeah, I watched Dennis Gates' mouth. He said, "I want to talk to you."
Pulled him out just to say a few words. He's going to put him right back in. He's crouching at the scorer's table. Northweather did come in for a moment, though. First 9 minutes, I mean, versus what we have seen since. Something gets clicked for the Vikings. What have you noticed that's changed on this side?
I think just the pace of their offense. I think they're taking the time to really analyze and look at kind of what their options are. And as I said, you know, they're, like right here, doing a better job of getting some twos that are a little bit easier for them to shoot. Started off shooting it a little bit rough in the three-point line.
Mitchell, backdoor cut. Cruz, no good. There for the putback and gets the follow.
Nice patience with the ball fake from Jacob Cruz there on the putback finish.
You see so many good backdoor cuts from the corner, from Cruz and from Boateng especially. The lead back up to 20. 23 is the highest it's been when it was 23-0. Skying in out of nowhere, that's Nessa. And he will earn possession back for the Vikings.
That was a great out-of-area rebound by Nessa. I mean, just booked it from the top of the key and just soared in there and grabbed it with two hands.
Nessa, who came from Switzerland, played his high school basketball in Barcelona. Three ball good, Lipscomb. He is on the board. That was his fourth attempt, all from three. Finally canceling the FIU transfer. Who was hurt 2 games into the season last year and missed the rest of the campaign. Cruz hangs in the air, and this time he gets it.
It was a great pass by Sean Phillips. Great adjustment in the air by Cruz.
Phillips now with a good hedge on the screen. You see the big man really facilitating well from paint position for Mizzou, and now it's back-to-back threes.
Yeah, Phillips can get out there. He can move his feet a little bit. I've been watching him.
It's a different day and age where the 7-footers all move well, and a lot of them shoot threes. And we saw that from Trent Burns at 7'5" at his collegiate debut on Tuesday. The ability to move his feet so well. Nessa's up to 5 rebounds and 6 points in his 13 minutes. Trying to turn the corner. Get beyond Mitchell, kicks it out.
Nice straight pass.
David Giddens.
If I'm Rob Summers, I'm not mad about that shot. Nessa had a really hard drive, got the baseline drift, and it just didn't go in.
They've looked a lot better over the last 10 minutes or so since the start, as Rob Summers' group starts to figure things out here at Como. They've generally dominated the paint as well, and that's been the case today too, with their plus 12 in paint points, a plus 27.7 points per game in the painted area.
When you have that size advantage, you got to take advantage of it.
One of the craziest stats you'll ever see is that game a couple weeks ago versus VMI, where they outscored the Cadets 60-2 in the paint, plus 58. Robinson hangs and hits the tough floater. And then forces the turnover, too. That's what he does. That's Anthony Robinson in a nutshell. Tough contested, too, and then creates havoc defensively. It's a good call, too. Got that one right.
Great call by the ref there. Smooth and silky jumper by Anthony Robinson right into the deflection that leads to another offensive trip for the Tigers.
11 turnovers. And you see the points off right there. I was about to mention Mizzou only has 4. They had a few early, but that is number 5.
Those opportunities where you get an extra possession like Anthony Robinson created, like you got to take advantage of it. Another turnover by the Missouri Tigers.
And that's big, maybe not necessarily in this matchup, but it's certainly when you're on the road against Notre Dame or taking on Kansas and Illinois on neutral courts. Those are both matchups that are coming in December. It's going to get a lot harder very quickly for Mizzou. Air ball winds up being a perfect pass. Nessa with the heady play to finish it.
Yeah, to your point, those small plays like that, you know, it might not be a big deal right now in this game, but it all matters.
Offensive rebounds, you see now level, 7 apiece.
And Nessa is just not afraid at all to stick his nose in there.
Mack kicks it out to Cruz. Extra pass. Porter triggers. They just haven't been able to figure it out from distance in this game.
That's with 6 boards already.
Giddens had that blocked on the way up. Advantage of 16 right now. Porter knifes his way in the alley-oop. Phillips finishes it home. He's got 6 points in the first half.
Couldn't have executed a big-to-big lot better than that. Javon Porter recognized the lane was open. He drew a defender. Sean Phillips, being as tall as he is and athletic as he is, finished great at the rim with the dunk.
Nessa turned the corner, got the switch with Phillips on him and threw the foul. How tough is it when you have a 6'11" guy like Porter who can drive and then pass like this?
No, versatility is key. I mean, he can do a lot of things on the floor. I mean, I've seen him do a lot of back-to-the-basket stuff. He can take you off the dribble, but he also has the ability to do what he just did with Phillips and lob it up in the air and let the big fella go get it.
Javon Porter had that game where he was the first Tiger to shoot 100% from the field and post a double-double when he did so for South Dakota last week since Ricardo Ratliff in 2012 against the Sooners. Week 3. Got a kind bounce there. And Giddens missed with the foul. Goes against Robinson. That'll be his 3rd foul here in the first half. You imagine he would take a seat at least for the next minute and 51 seconds.
Looks like it's coming.
This will be free throw attempts number 5 and 6 on the day for a Cleveland State team that gets to the free throw line a ton. 25.5 attempts per contest. That leads the Horizon League. And Kevo St. Hilaire, the one freshman on the squad, is at the free throw line. West Lafayette, Indiana. His 5th appearance of the season, coming off a season-high 9 minutes last time out. Those are key free throws when you miss the 1-and-1 front end when you're on the road in a tough setting and off to a slow start. Look, switch it up defensively for Cleveland State. They get it inside to Mitchell, another lob. This time Phillips comes down with it. Mitchell skirts the baseline, whips it around. Porter. And it'll stay right here. Even when the threes aren't falling, the movement's there and the passing is still sublime at times.
You know, I think these are all great shots. I haven't seen 1 3 that that was questionable thus far. They've all been off a drive. Most of them have been off a 2-foot stop and a kick after they've drawn 2 defenders. So, some of those will fall. They just haven't been able to knock them down this far in the game.
How frustrating can you get when the passing has been great and guys are open and they're just not falling?
If I'm Coach Gates, I'm not mad at all. I'm telling guys to keep shooting it. And the good thing about this Missouri Tigers team is they're not one-dimensional. They do a good job of getting twos.
Cruz lines it up. Around it out, the tip back home though.
And a lot of misses like that. We've seen a lot of in-and-outers thus far.
Javon Porter at it again on the offensive glass. He gets the bucket. He's up to 9 points. That is a game-high 9 points. Nobody in double figures yet. Lead at 20. They can get a 2 for 1 if they go quick. T.O. Barrett with the turnover. Going one-on-one right at Wonders and gets the roll.
It was subtle, but that bump at the end created just enough separation for T.O. to elevate and get that layup off the glass.
T.O. Barrett with a career-high 11 points last game at 3 assists, 2. Also hit his first triple on Tuesday since the opener in D.C. at Howard. So guys playing with some juice right now. Nessa, this has been the man for them offensively. That was a great move. Too strong off the backboard. Good if it goes. And that is how the first half closes. Mizzou up by 22. They came out up 23. Nothing but give the Vikings some credit because they grew into this first half strong.
Yeah, it was a little murky for the Vikings coming out, but they kind of found their identity, getting some tough twos or getting some easy twos towards the basket. But overall, Missouri Tigers have dominated this game. They've done a better job containing the glass. So I'm looking for Cleveland State to come out with an increased effort. They've done a good job on the offensive boards, and expect a hard-fought second half for both squads.
How about the effort from Jacob Cruz off the bench, collecting 6 rebounds
Yeah, he's been a bright spot on the offensive and defensive glass. And you and I were talking about it. Shooters, they don't necessarily get a bad rap per se, but there's not a lot of shooters out there who are crashing the glass and trying to put their nose in there and be physical. And Jacob Cruz really accepts that identity, and he's done a great job for the Tigers thus far this year.
Great rejection at the rim. Sean Phillips Jr. with the denial. I'm sure you have to appreciate, the role that you used to have in your playing days. The shooters who are sharpshooters, known for the triples, who go in there and do some dirty work on the misses.
Oh yeah, that's a big fella. That's our job. So we like to see our perimeter players in there for sure.
Another great find from Javon Porter over the top. Mitchell gets the layup to go.
He's done a really good job with those touch passes.
Mitchell's up to 10 points. He's the first player in double figures. 3 or 4 from the floor and 4 more made free throws. Foul away from the ball on Chain and Lipscomb, but great offense again.
Nice cut by Nessa there. Good weak side block by Sean Phillips. And, when they get plays like that, it really helps them in their transition. Nice touch pass there from Javon Porter to Mark Mitchell for the easy 2.
A strong defense on one end and a quality offense on the other. So Missouri is doubled up. Cleveland State now. The lob over the top. This one rejected away. Missouri's team that really struggled from the perimeter, shooting the ball in the first half. Maybe they go down low with a little bit more of an emphasis and try to be assertive on the post in this second half.
On that last possession, I don't know if you noticed, but they saw that high-low pass coming, so they kind of compacted the lane a little bit. So now that they know that that's going to happen, I think it's really going to open up opportunities for those perimeter shooters to knock those shots down.
Mack almost took it away again. Loose ball. Messer comes away with it. Still loose, and Porter picks it up. Mack trying to split a couple of green jerseys.
Bodies everywhere. Diving on the floor, I love it.
Great skip across. Shot fake from Lipscomb. Gets a touch of the paint, kicks it around, Giddings the 3, got it.
Great find by Lipscomb. Had guys scrambling, made the right decision, driving downhill, getting 2 feet in the paint, and kicking it for the open 3.
Some better play here from Cleveland State. Lipscomb in the corner.
You see the way Javon Porter soared in there for that rebound?
He just floats through the sky when he takes a leap. Not to mention the 6'11" frame and just how long he is.
That's the kind of stuff, those kind of plays keep you on the floor.
How many times on Thanksgivings did most of us watch the catch radius of Calvin Johnson throughout his playing days in the NFL, right? That's like the radius of Javon Porter when he skies for him. Trap in the corner. Robinson around for Porter. Shot clock down to 5. Trying to get something going. Denied. Holding Pierre Louis. Shot clock at 1.1.
Just excellent wall-up defense here. Look, you got hands high and wide, no fouling, just met him up top.
Northweather will check it off the bench. Got to get a shot up in a hurry. Cruz will come in too. So you bring in a couple of shooters. Who are you trying to work this into on the inbounds? They go to Mack, contest it. Off the heel, Northweather there. But Cruz was fouled and undercut. It looked like by Priest Ryan. We got everybody hitting the deck the last few possessions. So Priest Ryan will pick up his 3rd foul, the Howard College transfer. He began his career at Coppin State. Last year averaged 16 points a game. He's had his point total increase every single game over the last 6. Looks like a streak that will end today. Cruz, corner pocket. He just hasn't been able to get it going this week in general.
It's another good 3-point shot.
Mitchell gets double teamed. Works his way through it. Good find. The windows are just really tightening up though.
It was an impressive step through there by Mark Mitchell. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get out of that one, but he did.
He finds a way. So much willpower, so much strength. Mack's gonna hoist it. And Giddens in traffic. A tough rebound. And Mizzou hasn't scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Both teams struggling in this second half. It's almost a similar start to the first half.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say almost a repeat of the first half.
Moving screen whistled against Pierre Louis. Pierre Louis with the foul. This Cleveland State team picked 8th in the preseason poll of the 11 teams in the Horizon League. It's Milwaukee that is picked at the top. But how do you predict a team that brought in 15 new players and returns nobody and a whole new coaching staff?
Yeah, whoever is in charge of predicting that, I don't want that job.
That's a hard one. Gig. Mack this time a little closer. Northweather with the left hand. Oh, the offhand finish.
He didn't even go grab that one with two. He just went up with the left hand. That was nice and soft. Good hands by the big fella there.
There's something you mentioned off air in warm-ups in the lead up to tip, but a lot of these Mizzou bigs have soft touches, including the 7'5" Trent Burns, who we haven't seen yet come off the bench today.
Haven't seen him yet, but yeah, these guys got good feet, good touch around the rim. It's really impressive to see.
Here come the Tigers the other way. Mack forcing the issue and maybe forcing it a little bit too much. Turnover number 8 for the Tigers. Under 16 media timeout here in the second half. And then you segue to Mizzou, who's bringing in the #1 class in the country next year, too.
You know, it's a great, I think it's a great year for the league. SEC, even from when I was playing, man, it's just grown in a tremendous way. And to have kind of this balanced talent level across all these teams is really going to create some exciting conference play.
No easy weeks in the SEC. And while SEC play won't start till January in the Horizon League, the opener is the next timeout for these Vikings. We talk about careless giveaways. There was kind of one apiece there.
Came up empty twice off, you know, did a great job handling their business on the defensive end. Didn't they get the ball, have the opportunity to go convert on the offensive end and turn the ball over? Those are the kind of things that, you know, as they continue into non-conference play, those things cost you.
Giddens with the step back over Northweather. That was always going to be really hard. But that's got to be maddening when you make a nice play defensively and then immediately turn around and give it up.
I think the Missouri Tigers just need to settle in. Once they get a stop, there's definitely power in slowing down and getting into your offense. If you don't have anything on the initial break, just slow down.
Robinson creates a little contact. No foul, though. Wonders in transition. Foul away from the ball. Bucket is good. It will be a foul against Cleveland State, though. So count the hoop. Deficit is 20. As Wonders hits his second triple.
Gave him a little love tap. Little love tap there.
I would say that one's pretty easy to call. Cleveland State, the next time they take the floor, December 3rd, they are at Northern Kentucky for their Horizon League opener. Always a tough place to go play on the road against the Norse. Todd Austin, Lucas Santos, Chuck McCoy, our three-man officiating crew here today, by the way. Cruz with a great shot fake, sidestep, and cans the three. And maybe that gets him going again. Man who's never shy on confidence, but hasn't been feeling it this week.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even though he hasn't shot it necessarily well the last couple of games, not at all worried about Jacob Cruz. He shot the ball at an incredible clip this year. Thought he did a good job staying composed. Nice ball fake and sidestep on that three ball.
He'll pick up the foul, trying to run through the handoff there. That was so smooth and just casual. The shot fake looks like something he's been doing in the driveway since he was a kid and could pick up a ball. T.O. Barrett will come in for Sebastian Mack. Barrett had a nice first half. Just 6 minutes, he had 4 points, a rebound, an assist. That was tipped by Mitchell, and it creates the turnover. A leak out, and skying in for the flush is Jacob Cruz.
Great hands by T.O. Barrett. Good recognition by Mark Mitchell, kicking it up to Jacob Cruz. You can get up a little bit.
So many great athletes out there for Mizzou. So Cruz up to 9 points. Deep three from Lipscomb. Bolza, how about it? He's got that ability. All 7 shots he's attempted tonight. Still from 3, he's hit 2 of them. But a good silencer and a rebuttal.
And Cleveland State, they needed that one to go through.
Cruz again thought about it. Dangerous pass up top. Lipscomb was right on the hip of Northweather that whole time. Shot clock's down to 4. T.O. Barrett all the way in still. Oh, doesn't matter. Beats the clock.
Nice step through. Strong with the ball. Doesn't get any better than that.
Lipscomb heat check. Got it to go.
He's starting to heat up a little bit.
Look at the eyes. It's all in the eyes. He's locked in.
That was pretty.
Cruz, the rebuttal in the corner. Bullseye.
Jacob Cruz matching with the 3 of his own.
Here we go. Now it's picking up. Lipscomb hit that 3 and got his hand in the passing lane. Deflection to the backcourt. Then he hits another 3. Wide open look for Wonders. His 3rd triple. And a timeout. So Rob Summers of Cleveland State is going to call that. Even though his team has been moving and grooving on the offensive end. They're up to 39 points after hitting their 8th 3. Talk about creating your coaching tree, right? Dennis Gates, one of the many, was under the tree of the legend Leonard Hamilton. Now Dennis Gates kind of creating his own tree too. In those 3 years at Cleveland State, he racked up 50 wins. We told you about the Horizon League titles in the regular season and the conference tournament. Then he moved over to Como. That great first year. It was a little up and down, and now he's hoping that this year follows suit with last and they continue to move in the right direction.
He has had this program trending in the right direction.
Not just playing well and unbeaten on this season, but I mean, maybe the best news they've gotten in November is that #1 ranked recruiting class. Chance to bring in a couple 5-stars next year, plus a 4-star and Aiden Chronister from not too far away at Sunrise Christian Academy. Step back, tough 3. Off the heel. It's a good rebound to track it down from Foster Wonders, but again, there's 2 jerseys in white. They're going to try to get a piece of that offensive rebound.
I honestly think that last 3 by Anthony Robinson is probably the tougher 3 that we've seen up to this point. Most of the 3-point shots have been in rhythm.
Get into the Central Alabama transfer. Trying to thread the needle with a bounce pass. Shot clock at 9. That's our under 12 media timeout, so we'll come right back here in Como. Both these teams starting to figure it out offensively.
Fantastic. So I had to kind of taper it back a little bit so I wouldn't be too lethargic at practice the next day.
Can only imagine how much food you need to make to fuel these athletes that are out here playing at this level. Great backdoor. Nessa all the way in, scoops it in with the left hand.
That was a great back cut by Nessa. Nessa's on his way to a double-double here.
He is up to 10 points, 8 rebounds. He's the team's leading scorer. There's nobody up 12 points total in this game. Cruz leading the way. Northweather, who hit his first 3, finally gets that second. He's been so close. Up to 8 points now. That's a season best.
It's a great shot by Northweather after having a few that just didn't fall through. A few in and outers there, but sure as a shooter, it's good to see one go through.
Nessa hits again. He's up to 13 now. Dangerous pass ahead. Luke Northweather, this is such a repeatable shot that he has.
Silky smooth for the big fella. Getting that ball on the laces, nice high follow through.
And then Nessa on the other end, talking about corner triples. That was his first 3 attempt of the day. But he can beat you in so many different kinds of fashion.
Yeah, versatile player. Has really had his nose in there on the offensive glass. I mean, leading his team on the board with 8 thus far.
Reach and
flirting
foul.
with a double-double.
Are they going to get Anthony Robinson for this? They will. That will be his 4th. He's only got 2 points, and he only had 4 last time out. They're going to keep him in, though, at least for now. T.O. Barrett waiting at the scorer's table. 3+ fouls at 7 of 8. I mean, is that something you got to kind of live with? Just knowing, hey, he's the only player returning from the SEC all-defensive team, and that's what he makes his living on, right, is just playing that on-ball sound defense. Just gets a little overzealous at times.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I think kind of now that I would consider him to be a senior ambassador of this program, although he is a junior, but he's an upperclassman now, and that's what's going to be expected of him is that sound defense that you're talking about.
Mitchell, another great pass. Northweather with the baseline cut.
His passing has really been on display the last couple of games. That was a really nice find by Mark Mitchell to Luke Northweather there.
Mitchell with 10, 4, and 4 now. And again, it's kind of quiet, but he's a guy who's always going to get his. Pierre-Louis lost his footing for a second. He thought he got fouled. That would have been the 5th on Robinson. Straight away. Too strong. There's Northweather, though, with his 5th rebound. Everybody getting involved on the glass, and Robinson cuts it all the way in for just his 2nd bucket.
That was really nice composure by Anthony Robinson there, covering the ball in traffic and still having the wherewithal to get that ball high up off the glass for the soft finish.
Those feel like the back-breaking type possessions, right? You play some good defense, you can't get the rebound, and then you wind up giving up a layup.
100%. And Missouri Tigers did a good job converting on that opportunity.
Here's tomorrow's SEC Network rivalry weekend football tripleheader. It starts with Clemson at South Carolina at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. And Arkansas hosts Missouri at Razorback Stadium. And we cap the night with the Skycast version of Alabama and Auburn. The whole game from just above the field at Jordan-Hare. All 3 games are also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. It's a great weekend of collegiate sports. No doubt about that. Talked about the great week for basketball and the great week ahead too with the ACC SEC Challenge.
We got a good football game this afternoon, I believe. Texas and Texas A&M.
I thought you were going to say Bears in action too. We got an NFL game. Bears Eagles, another good one. We're going to be finding out a lot about the college football playoff this weekend though, and where everything's going to fall. I believe that's another clock issue. That was a little deja vu. The same situation we saw earlier. Yeah, college football, NFL, college basketball. It's a busy Friday. It's a great day to sit back and relax.
100%. Your Bears aren't doing too bad this year.
Can I say it on air? I'm actually a Packers fan, even though I'm from Chicago.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
It's okay. Jordan Love played great yesterday. Thanksgiving win. It's Toyota-thon, so the Packers never lose. Emery out for Wonders. Side dribble made it a more difficult shot off the dribble. There's
that was
Phillips
a tough
Jr.
snatch right there. That was a tough snatch right there by Phillips Jr.
Just his 4th rebound to go with 6 points. Very balanced attack for Mizzou today. It's Cruz leading the way off the bench with 12 in 20 minutes. Mitchell, who leads the team at scoring on the year. T.O. Barrett, boy, left alone. Good steal from Phillips. And a travel with it. That happened right in front of us, and Cruz was mighty frustrated. He thought he was gathering it. Porter will come in. Mitchell hits the bench, 8:50 to go. You know, the interesting thing when you look forward for Mizzou at the schedule that will get a lot harder in December, than obviously much more arduous even then so when you get to SEC play opening up. Once they get to January, and it starts right here versus the reigning champs in Florida. But they haven't had to face too much in the way of adversity this season. This is another game. It was 23-0. They're not playing a lot of possessions that are tight when you need a stop or you need a bucket. Is that something you think could maybe hurt this team, or are they going to learn a lot from the matchups we'll see in the next 3 weeks?
No, it's a great question. I think, you know, the opportunities that they've had thus far to compete have been helpful just for the cohesiveness and just getting better as a basketball team. But as you're saying, you know, this next step for them, this next outing that they have against Notre Dame and moving forward against, you know, the Kansas, the Illinois, those are going to be huge tests for them. And, you know, some of the things that we're seeing today, like, you know, just the balanced scoring. If I'm Dennis Gates and company, I'm actually very encouraged about that because my scoring isn't top heavy. I don't have to be completely reliant on one player.
It's the triple. He's into double figures now with 10 points. 10 plus in 6 of his last 7 now. Keep in mind, Jaden Stone out for 4 to 6. We'll see him once they get to SEC play. Mac just all over St. Hilaire. Trent Pierce, another guy who has yet to feature yet this year.
He's kind of roughing the freshman up a little bit, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. There's been some guys in and out of the lineup for Mizzou. It feels like once they get one guy back, another guy comes out. Phillips came back for illness this week. The lead at 26 as things stand. They've certainly had, I should say, the toughest go of it in terms of the opponents so far. And they're looking really good. They're ranked for a reason. I think that average scoring-wise after today and yesterday might have dipped below 100. We'll see, but a team that is looking forward to having a great year, you'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the St. Mary Gales they're no small feat. That's a tournament team there. They're normally in the mix every year. Normally in the mix every year for the NCAA tournament.
That's at 13 points. He get 14 to go with 8 rebounds. He's been far and away the most productive player for this team, maybe on offense and defense. There he is, Nessa with the active hands. He's still in the backcourt if Mizzou pushes. Boateng had to walk with it, but got fouled on the way up. Haven't seen too much Otter Boateng in this second half. So it's 23-0. Since then, Mizzou's only +2. I mean, Cleveland State's held their own.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job fighting, man. I think, even though they have not necessarily shot the ball at a high clip, I think the competitive nature in which they've been playing has been very encouraging. So if I'm Rob Summers, that's something that we can hang on to, because I don't necessarily think that they're going to continue, later on down the season shooting the ball the way that they have thus far in this game.
What do you say in the locker room after a game like this? You're down 25. Obviously, you're probably going to come out on the wrong end of this. But really, since the 10-minute mark, I'd say, in the first half, they've looked very good. This looks like a team that could win a bunch of games in the Horizon League.
Absolutely. If I'm Coach Summers, this is still an opportunity for our ball club to get better. We're not just going to throw away, this 7 minutes and 12 seconds. We're actually going to work on our stuff. We're going to improve, and we're going to try to find some momentum that we can take into the next contest.
And they've got 2 Horizon League games next week, and they go back to the non-con for the rest of December. Giddens fakes and then goes. Playing it around. Phillips picks it up. Boateng going to pick up the foul, though. Cleveland State entered today putting up about 82.5 points a game. Mizzou averaging 94. Tigers team that averaged 83.5 last year. It was 9th best in the country. Back when they had Rob Summers on the staff. So he can command a good offense. High-powered ones. Emery probing all the way in. Spinning, tough shot.
Disciplined defense.
And then Porter, again, flies out of nowhere.
Great rebound by Porter and absolutely disciplined defense by Sebastian Mack. When he had his guy idle there, he could have very easily reached in, tried to block a shot, and he just walled up and made him score over the top. And that's a tough shot to make. Got to be happy about that for Dennis Gates.
Barrett skips it right back to Mack. Deep 3.
Another in and outer.
Seen so many of those this afternoon.
Got to check on that rim after the game.
Got to get it across. Almost took 10 seconds there. But it's going to lead to a wide open 3 for Emery. They call him ice for a reason. It's a big 3. Junior from Appleton, Wisconsin. You can stroke it from out there. Western Carolina transfer, one of a couple Western Carolina transfers on the team. Barrett going all the way in. Great interior pass to Porter. Blocked away, though. Pierre Louis has had a couple of those today.
It's a nice wallop. Just met him up top.
And we are going to see a handful of subs, including Trent Burns, come in for the first time. Played 11 minutes in his collegiate debut on Tuesday. Very productive minutes. Scored 7, went 3 of 3 from the field. Blocked the shot. It felt like he wasn't even in the same area code as. I can do a lot at 7'5".
Yeah, the young fella, he has been through so much adversity. It was great to see him out on the floor. And, with the 11 minutes that he had, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, very encouraging. Very encouraging to have your 7'5" player and Trent Burns back in the fold.
He got a very loud ovation when he took the court, and when he got his first rebound, he got his first bucket, and he got the alley-oop. I think the fans here, with this game, 71-48, they probably love to see him attempt a three.
And he has that kind of touch. He's very capable of knocking that shot down. I was watching him in warm-ups. He's very good with both of his hands. Likes to shoot that 15-footer. He can even stretch it out a little bit, 20 to 25 as well. Looking forward to seeing how he develops in this program, and looking forward to seeing how he kind of continues to get in the fold with this basketball team over the course of the season.
There's his family. I'm not quite as emotional as we saw it on Tuesday. It was great to see that moment, though, and it's fabulous that the production crew here in Mizzou and Rio was able to catch that, because that was magnificent. Boateng got lost in traffic in amongst the trees, and he gets the bucket and the foul. Picked it up off the deck, finished it home through contact.
He does a good job of just kind of wiggling his way through there. Look at this. Nice composure, patient. Kept his dribble alive. One thing about Honor Boateng is he's really strong. So he has that really nice ability to finish through contact.
Returned last week in the game versus South Dakota. That was his first appearance. Coming off the career day when he put up 12 points.
Although they haven't shot very many tonight, very encouraging for the Tigers to be 8 for 9 from the free throw line after starting the season thus far, averaging about 68% from the free throw line.
Powering it up and down. What a move that was, with Trent Burns looming in the area. David Giddens getting it done.
Nice take by Giddens. Physical, kept the ball under control. He had two guys there and still maintained his composure with a nice hand one.
But both these teams get to the free throw line a ton, and like you mentioned, neither one has really gotten there a lot today. Missouri team, you think about Mark Mitchell with 212 attempts last year, Anthony Robinson with 140, and then you bring in somebody like Sebastian Mack, who led UCLA in that department a year ago. So that goes against Honor Boateng. It's funky. So Mizzou has 4 players in double figures right now, but still Jacob Cruz leading the way with 12.
That's been the common theme for this Missouri Tigers basketball team. Getting contributions from 1 to 12. Everybody
has a role, and it's been very balanced today. Everybody that's played minutes has scored except Burns. He's only been out there for a little over 60 seconds. Burns got stuck in the air, though, and he picks up the foul. Good work there by the true freshman, Kibo St. Hilaire.
Really good patience, recognizing that he had a taller guy on him. And when you have a taller defender, you got to be creative. You got to use your body a little bit better. You got to use your ball fakes. Trent Burns obviously has the size advantage, but he did a good job using his physicality to draw the foul.
St. Hilaire misses long free throw of the day so far. Misses his second. First free throw attempts of the year for him. What have we learned about this Vikings team today here in Como? And another tough true road game for this team out of the Horizon League.
Tough 2 road games, but one thing that I've really been impressed with this Vikings team is their competitive nature. I think in the game of basketball, it is hard to predict how you're going to shoot the ball, but I don't think that there's been a drop-off in how hard they played. I mean, Nessa, to me, has been the most impressive. I mean, he has been all over the glass this game. They're pushing the ball hard in transition, shooting shots that they would normally shoot, even though they're not necessarily going in. Lipscomb, he hit another one. I think that's his 3rd.
That's his 4th three. He's got 12 now. Can't leave that man alone. And with 15 new pieces, they're just trying to figure out this equation. 3 injured starters. Cruz lets it fly. Hits another one. He's got a game-high 15 to go with 7 rebounds. He struggled with the shot last game, and you knew it would not last long.
Well, I saw him in warm-ups. He was knocking them down pretty consistently. I'm pretty sure he came out on a mission today.
He is almost always the first one out here, and he is getting the high volume off pregame. Burns could not corral it. It bounces out of play. That's a turnover. That is the 16th turnover for Mizzou. Final break as Mizzou is well on their way to an 8-0 start for the first time in 3 years. His wife's like, yeah, I've seen him make threes before. Been there, done that. He got 1,000 points earlier on Tuesday when he got it from the free throw line. Heck of a career, heck of a finish to his season through the last 14 games a year ago. And this time out for the grad student from Hilliard, Florida, he's kind of figured it out from game 1. Pierre-Louis with the spin move. Wow, Trent Burns, the length at 7'5", just ate that basketball.
He literally just caught it.
He didn't have to do anything. He was just there. That was unbelievable. He gets doubled. Not that it matters. He can see right over the top. Cruz deep three. Ask it for help, and it will stay here. Shot clock resets to 30. Good effort for T.O. Barrett.
Yeah, T.O. Barrett's effort there created that additional possession.
Who's the tallest guy you ever played against or played with? Because 7'5", I mean, even you standing next to him at 6'7", you look a little short. No offense, I'm 5'8", so I look way different.
I'm trying to think. And you know, the sad part about it is I'm kind of getting old, man. This is like 6 years out of college for me. So it's like I feel like my memory is getting a little foggy. I'm having a hard time remembering guys I went against.
They're reviewing to see who this will be last out on. 2:39 to go. I mean, it's cool to see Burns even just walk around, and it was very funny to see pregame before this thing started. He was actually hiding behind Rob Summers as Rob Summers was doing an interview for the radio because Rob Summers is 7 feet. When you're 7'5", you can't hide behind too many people. See who this is last off of. It's kind of tough to tell.
Wait, so if it touches your hair, if it touches the hair, what? It might have gotten a strand.
I think the trajectory does change off the hair of T.O. Barrett.
Did it hit that right thigh?
I don't even know how much you feel that if it happens to you. Yeah, the feet were closed as well. Hopefully it's a quick review because there's not a lot on the line right here.
Call on the floor stands.
So it will remain here. Expedited review, too, which everybody's a fan of.
Folks got to get to those leftovers.
That they do. Throw it all in a sandwich. What's your strategy day 2 for seconds?
Day 2, I'm anti-microwave, first of all. I do not put my leftovers in the microwave.
I like going back in the oven?
Going back in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes, and it's literally fresh like you ate it yesterday for Thanksgiving. So for all of those folks out there who are still putting their leftovers in the microwave, this is my encouragement to you to stop doing that.
Priest Ryan with the epic throwdown in transition. You're going to make me feel bad about using the microwave. You know, I feel like you're going home to an already preheated oven at 350.
You might be right. You might be right. And, you know, I don't knock anybody else's hustle. However they like to eat their leftovers is how they like to eat their leftovers. You asked for the strategy, so I'm just sharing.
It's a patient approach if you're going oven, but it's definitely going to taste better.
Yeah, yeah, it is going to taste better.
You got it right.
For sure.
First free throw of the day for Jacob Cruz, who's up to 15 points now. He had 14 plus in 4 straight games. That was a spell that was broken when he put up just 7 on Tuesday when he was 0-5 from 3. Last year, 5.6 points per game. This year, he is up over 12. Talk about the bench scoring. When Mizzou went through this week, their second and third leading scorers were Jaden Stone and Jacob Cruz, 2 non-starters. That's the depth they have when it comes to offensive firepower. Great movement here from Wonders.
That was a nice cut and a nice shot by Wonders there.
The second half, through 18 plus minutes, is level, 32 points apiece. Give Cleveland State a lot of credit for fighting and hanging tough when this game was well settled. Probably when it was 23-0. Nicholas Randall off the mark. Doesn't look like a team that's too undersized in this matchup. The total rebounds, they're down by a wide margin, but the way they've been able to fight down the stretch on the glass, it feels like they're getting a body on a body and getting some good position.
Yeah, when you have toughness, I mean, rebounding is, some of it is height, but a lot of it, I would say the bulk of it is toughness. In Cleveland State, they've got some tough guys on that roster over there.
Burns gets doubled. Cruz, no look, pass inside. And another good contest, but a late whistle. That'll be foul number 5 on Holden Pierre-Louis. He has fouled out. 93 seconds left. You look up, Mizzou is shooting 46% from the field, which sounds like a fine number, but they've shot 50% or better in each of the first 7 games. It's only them in Colorado, and that's hanging in the balance. Unless they hit, I mean, they would need to hit their next 5 shots to get to 50.
I don't think a 46% outing will mess up their averages too much.
No, and eventually it was going to come down somewhat, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A little uncharacteristic last couple games from 3, though.
Just 23%, 8 of 35 today.
Safe to say a few of these guys will be on the gun before practice.
But you mentioned it, I mean, outside of that Anthony Robinson step back fadeaway 3, a lot of them have been fairly open.
Yeah, they have. They've been great shots.
Ones.
Selection's been great. A lot of times stuff like that happens. You can't control the 3 ball, but
Priest Ryan.
Got to keep moving. Got to
had
keep
a
playing.
huge dunk, and now he gets the and one, just going right at a trio of defenders.
Tough finish.
So we told you last time out, Cleveland State won by 53 points. Get this, Priest Ryan, his plus minus was plus 51 2 days ago. Thought it was a typo.
That is impressive.
51.
That is impressive.
Probably doing a lot well that day.
If I'm Rob Summers, he probably would have played all 40 minutes.
They go very deep, though, and you can tell because they have a ton of energy on the defensive side. They didn't get to showcase that a lot in the opening 10 minutes, though, which was, frankly, when this game was decided, because they just didn't see the ball go through the net. So they didn't have a chance to set up any full-court press or three-quarter press. I mean, look how active the hands are. Nearly a backcourt. Shot clock at 2. Boateng gonna have to hoist, and he got it to go.
Nice sidestep by Boateng.
Wow, on a day when they haven't been making the open looks from 3, that might be the last 3-point attempt, and it falls. Maybe the highest degree of difficulty of anyone today.
Another tough take by Ryan there. That was a good take.
Burns was close to getting that on the cylinder. He reaches up and he's just at the rim. Barely a different shot clock and game clock. See if they do attempt a shot. Sitting on 83 points, averaging 94 a game coming in. Maybe they do go to Burns. See if they can give him an attempt. Instead it's Cruz. Corner pocket, yes. Back-to-back 3s go for Mizzou to end this one.
Trent Burns has made a couple of impressive passes out of the double team. That was a really good find by Trent Burns to Jacob Cruz.
So it's Cruz that leads the way. He finishes the day with 19 points. 5 Tigers in double figures. Mizzou wins by 27, their first 8-0 start in 3 years. And they go 7-0 in 7 straight home games.
Yeah, I mean, an impressive start thus far for the Missouri Tigers. Now moving forward, games are going to get a little bit tougher. They've had some time to kind of gather themselves and play amongst one another. You've seen a variety of different lineups, so now it'll be really interesting to see kind of how they carry that into their next matchup against Notre Dame.
Can we say they only shot 48% today? That's a season low. They hit their last couple of looks, still put up 86 points. It was 23-0 Mizzou out of the gates, and it was never really in question who was going to come out the victor in this one. So for Kevin Purrier and our entire production team here at Como, I'm Max Thomas saying so long from Mizzou Arena. The Tigers take down the Vikings 86-59, the final.